Setting up. Hi guys. Welcome. Waiting for Facebook to go into Facebook Live. Okay, I think we are live now. Okay, hi guys, if you can see us, let us know in the chat, in the comments. If you can hear me, you can see us. Do let me know. Meanwhile, I will be logging into the Facebook. Okay, I think I can see myself. Okay, I see people coming in. Let us know where you're tuning from. I see there's 3 of you, 4. Okay, let me know where you're tuning from. Let me know in the comments so that we can do a shout out to you. Meanwhile, let me just sort out my iPad so that I can read your comments. Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. So I hope you guys had a great week. Today is about it's midweek. So I hope that you guys are doing good. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, hello. Hi, good to see you. Okay. Later, today we have our special guest. Once again, this is CVS Encore session with Delby. And I'm so excited to invite her back. Other than answering all the remaining questions from the summit, I'm going to ask some personal questions that I've also asked other guests that we brought back for the encore session. So for those that are watching the replay, do comment #replay, okay, to let us know that you're watching the replay. And for those who are watching it live now, do comment, do say hi in the chat so that we can see you, because I can see that there's a number of people viewing, but I do not know who are you. It will be good for you to comment, say hi, so that we can do a shout out back. We can say hi to you and welcome you. And thanks for making time in this evening at 8 p.m. I believe that some of you must have like finish your dinner, or you have not had your dinner. So good to see all of you here. And today, before I bring Delby in, so let me know what question do you guys have, especially for those who have watching the replay, #replay, and post your question in the comments if you have any question that you have for us. So hi, I see Stephanie. I see Steph. Hello, hi Stephanie. Good to have you. Okay, so for those who are watching replay, don't feel shy. Let us know. Let us know that you are watching, and do comment. Say hi, hi Kenneth, hi Delby. Okay, so let me just switch my screen and let's bring Delby in. Okay, hi Delby.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
If you can hear Delby, do type 1 in the chat so that we know that you guys can hear us loud and clear. And if you guys can see Delby, Delby should be on the split screen with me now. Okay. If you guys can hear us, just type 1 in the chat. Okay, so how's Delby? How are you?
Fabulous. I feel fabulous. And I'm
Yes.
so happy to be back at Changemakers.
Good to have you back. And today, like I mentioned to you before we start the session, basically this is a CVS Encore session to bring back all the speakers, especially for those who still have questions during the summit, because as you know, for the summit we have to jam pack every speakers in one day. So thank you for appreciating the time, and also be punctual, and also you do a lot for us, and especially you give a lot of values to all the viewers, to all the dedicates, the audience. Yeah, so let's see who's coming in. Okay, we still have a few of them coming in. They are still a bit shy. So before we start, let me just ask you a few questions. These are questions that I personally have, and I want to ask you. And the reason why I want to do that, as you know, during the summit, you hardly see me. I'm always behind the scene.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to have a conversation with all of you. I didn't have the chance. So I felt that this is a good time for me to really catch up with some of you, especially due to your schedule, your busy schedule. So I'm glad that you make time to come back. So for me, this is a question that I really want to ask you is why do you say yes to my invitation to speak at Changemaker Virtual Summit?
Because it is a privilege to be part of a dream come true. Do you remember the first time we met, Kenneth? You messaged me on LinkedIn, right? And
Yeah.
you said you had this big, hairy, audacious goal. And is it okay if I ask you to speak? And I was saying, I don't know this person. So, yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm open. So, looking back, when you're part of a dream come true, it feels fabulous, and it's a way of paying things forward. And like earlier, where we were having a chat, and everything is energy. So it's like, as much as I had the opportunity that other people helped me, it's great to have that opportunity to move other people forward. So that's fabulous, Kenneth. It was really a great decision. And again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. And when you say yes, it's like it's so fast. When you say yes, when I ask you whether you could, it's like you never really give a second thought, and you just say yes, and that really surprised me. And let's see, we have Jam that's
Yep.
watching with us. Hi, Jam.
Hi, Jam.
Welcome. So let us know if you have any question. I know you are Delby's friend, or is it friend or colleague or staff?
Teammate.
Teammate. Oh, okay, teammate. Yeah, welcome, and thanks for tuning in. So having said that, like I mentioned, you said just say yes, and I didn't react. Like I didn't have time to respond when you say yes. I thought, okay, that's pretty smooth because, as you know, I've invited a lot of other speakers, and they don't say yes that fast. They have to think about it. They ask me a lot of questions. But for you, it was really short and sweet. Was there any other reason that other than the vision? What was the vision that really caught you, that you want to be a part of this? You want to speak at this virtual summit?
Well, if you recall, we did have a Zoom meeting,
Yep.
right? And you were talking about your vision. And so I think one of the greatest assets of any person in business is the ability to enroll other people. And enrolling has to do with taking people into your world and making them see the vision that you have. And your vision, quite frankly, is really for a better world where more women express themselves more fully and more powerfully. And obviously, that is something that aligns with my vision. In my
Mm.
country, the Philippines, I've been part of mentoring programs and programs on entrepreneurship. And for some reason, a lot of women gravitate towards me, and it's easier for me to understand them in retrospect. So we are aligned, Kenneth.
Mm.
So that's the reason. But honestly, truth be told, Kenneth, I have been giving regrets. I'm sorry, I can't regrets, I'm sorry, I'm busy. But in this particular case, it was kind of hard to give my regrets because the vision
Mm.
was very compelling.
Wow. So if did this question even come across you, or you even you thought of it, is like, why is a man doing this? I believe that this is a question that a lot of audience, a lot of female delegates, they are wondering, like, why is this man doing this? Why is this man organizing a female summit, and he's doing it for the first time? And does that even cross your mind?
Well, actually, yes, it did. But after you gave me the backstory, I understood. And quite frankly, I'm more into inclusivity, like
Mm,
everybody's included in a sense. So if this is your dream, regardless of whether it's kind of like weird because here's this guy that's organizing a for female only summit, I mean, fine, let's give this person a chance. So yeah, definitely. And also, Kenneth, everybody started from zero and
mm.
everybody started with their first. So, much as like I say, paying it forward is I got my chance and, maybe I can help somebody else get their chance.
Thank you, Delby. That is really encouraging, and hearing from you when you said that everybody always have that first step or first time, and you believe in that, and you have faith in me, doing this for the first time and really speaking on it during the summit. So that is something that I would want to thank you over here, and also the rest of the other 16 speakers that believe in me, believe in the vision that I have. Because definitely I did not only approach you guys, I approached more than
True,
17, if I would
true.
say maybe 50. And it's a bit surprising, when I'm doing a summit for women, I'm being rejected by women at the same time. So it's kind of, mm, having a mixed feeling of thinking, okay, I'm doing this empowering women, but rejected by women, but at the same time also being accepted by women. So for me, naturally, I just focus on those that believe in me, those that see my vision, and those that want to really give back to this community. And step by step, this
True.
this Changemaker Virtual Summit 2020 is just the beginning. It's just the first. And just for your info, I've discussed with Jack, my co-founder, and we have decided to make Changemaker Virtual Summit a yearly affair, so
Wow.
that every year,
Congratulations. Congratulations.
because
Fabulous.
with all the testimonials, with all the feedbacks, we believe that we are doing something great, especially coming from the dedicates, from the audience, that they're telling us that they never went for one summit that is like that, that has the best of both worlds. Very much into motivating, very inspiring. At the same time, there's also practical strategy, like what you have shared during the summit. You shared practical strategy, and you were in that situation at that
Oh,
real time, that you
oh
have to
yeah.
pivot and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's so real, and we can feel that, it's not just all the fluff, all the talk the talk. You guys are really the real practitioner. That's what I believe in, that to invite people who walk the talk than those that talk the talk. I've seen too many people that talk the talk, but nothing really comes up.
No,
So
sometimes I guess, Kenneth, just in line with what you're saying, sometimes it's like when you hear some people talk, I heard that before, or it's like, did this person research on the net? And but it's different when it really happened to you. It's different. You get it from the gut.
yeah, you are right. You can feel it, and especially I think for women, you guys have this instinct that you can, when you hear someone speak, whether this person is
Yes,
speaking from the heart, is
yes,
really genuine or not. It's like this sixth sense, or
I
really
agree
the
with
gut
you.
feel. Yeah, and I guess women naturally are very sensitive, so they can feel whether you're genuine or not. And from the summit itself, this is also my first time seeing people that teared during the summit, because of
Oh,
all the inspiring stories and from the speakers and all that. and and having the speaker being vulnerable, frankly speaking, I have not seen, but it can only happen in a women's summit, and a women's summit that is only for women, and all the lineup are women. Because for me and Jack, we were thinking like there are women summit, but there's men speaking. So is it a women summit for
You know,
women or women
so
summit for what? So that's why we strongly wish or aim to have the lineup full of female speakers, and I can see that the whole energy in the room was different. Despite me and Jack, we are the two guys, but I believe that because the ladies believe us, have faith in us, and furthermore, we are the producer and the co-founders of Changemaker Virtual Summit. So I guess that our vision, our goal, basically, um, you guys feel safe in that space. That's
true,
why even the
true.
speakers are vulnerable to share. So having said that, I want to hear from you. What is your definition of a change maker, and what is a change maker to you? What it takes to be a change maker?
For me, simply speaking, a change maker is somebody who makes a positive impact on the lives of other people in their own special style. So it's not one size fits all. It's like you can do it in so many different ways. And for me, one of the qualities of change makers are self-awareness. You know if there is something that you can actually contribute. You you sort of like have this knowledge, this inner feeling that this is my path and this is the way I can help others. And one of the important things that you need to have is boldness, because sometimes you have to have a voice. You have to be able to articulate. You have to be able to express yourself. So without that, you might have gifts, but you cannot share the gifts. So there's an amount of boldness that you need to go to through that path.
Wow. So wow, that is very neat. That is very how should short and sweet.
Just like when I said yes to you, it was short and sweet. Let's do this.
Yes, yes. Like this is really your style. Like no other what do you call that? No other BS about it. Just go straight and just get straight to the point, which is good. So what like I think I have shared with you like Changemaker, why did we why did I start Changemaker and what was the purpose of Changemaker? And I just want to hear from you. What do you feel that is lacking or missing in the world right now, especially at this point of time? Yeah.
Human connection. Straight to the point. Human connection. Look, with all the advancement in technology, AI, etc., when with the flick of a phone, you can call somebody in New York, in Tokyo, in Africa, etc. The scale and scope of communication is so wide. But why is it that when you see families eating together, what are they doing? The children are on their phones. The
Mm,
parents are on their phones. Are they still talking? Are they still sharing their stories? What happened during the day? The ups, the downs, the struggles, the wins. There is something in the fabric of human connection and communication that is being that's deteriorating
mm,
despite the advancement in technology and AI, etc. So I would like to see more heart-to-heart communication,
mm.
more communication, not so much from up here, but hopefully from from down here. I
Yep.
would like to see more communication using left and right
Mm,
brain.
mm,
So yes, I would like to see more human connection.
mm. Okay, having said that, because this is a very interesting topic, that I felt that we could talk something on that. Initially, I agree with you on the human connection and what is missing. But lately, because of the I would say the pandemic, I realized that although you mentioned that when we are having dinner, everybody's on their mobile phone, but that is only a part of the daily lives. Why do I say that? Because this topic was being okay, because one of my friend, he took a photo of a family in that situation that you mentioned, that they were having dinner and everybody's on their phone, and he was commenting, he was saying that what has the world come into, why does the kids is on the phone, the parents was on the phone, and all that stuff. So for me, I have another perspective. What I shared is, you do not know that that could be their only time that they are on their phone. That could be the only time that they are on their phone. Maybe other than that, they are communicating. So having said that, a lot of time we are using our perspective. I'm just sharing that. Just we are using our belief, our perspective to look at other people's life and judge them that they are like that based on just that. And the best thing is what my friend was observing them for the past 30 minutes over that dinner. So I just commented, I say, bro, with just this 30 minutes, you judge them and say that the parents are not being good parents. He himself, he's a parent with 3 kids. So like it like after that, it turned out with a lot of other of his friend, and he even his daughter corrected him, told him that, daddy, you shouldn't. The first thing, if he want to use it as a topic to share, he shouldn't even take a photo, although he blurred out them. But it does not mean that you have the permission to do that. That was what really triggered me. Second thing is, as a parent with 3 kids, you jump into judgment to judge this family just because of the 30 minutes that they are on their phone. That's what I say.
Yeah,
So I
well, so yeah, that's cool. But that's your friend. In my case, you asked me about what I would like to see more in the world,
yep.
and I really would like to see more human
Mm-mm.
connection. I mean, now the part with the judgment and the bad parents, I don't know about that because
Mm.
I'm not going there. I'm not going
Mm-mm.
there. But all I want is I want more human connection. I before, when the children were younger, because I've had that advantage of being able to see that in
Mm-mm.
action, and you could see the children are playing together with each other, and
Mm-mm.
that is the fabric of society, building people's skills, building social skills.
Mm-mm.
Now the kids are doing games on their stuff.
Mm.
So there's nothing wrong doing games, but the sometimes the social skills
Mm-mm.
would be more developed when there's more social interaction. So, my take.
Yeah, but this is also very interesting because, in fact, right, a lot of, okay, because we grew up from that time, we have that connection, we don't have social media, we don't have internet. In fact, you will be surprised. This is what Gary Vaynerchuk also says, that in fact today our children are even more sociable than us. Why? Because of the internet. When you talk about the games, I just quote example. During Chinese New Year, my daughter was, we went visiting and all that stuff. So she met up with her cousin. So there was one scene, I took a photo of it and I asked people, what are they doing? Oh, they are playing games. But do you know that they are playing multiplayer game and they were just
Yeah, the
screaming,
one
hey,
with
help me, shoot this for me. Da, 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 da. They are conversing and socializing in their own
in their
world
own world.
in their
In
own
their
world.
own world.
So for us, a lot of time we this is what Gary Vee also say. We over respect the past, we demonize the future, because our children is living in the world which we might not be in, or
Correct.
we might not be able to understand. But at the same time, they are more sociable. That also became another problem. And when you say they do not have the human connection, this had to go back all the way to how parents is about parenting. Like this is another chapter. Because why I can also say that, because I'm in TikTok. A lot of my followers, they are youths, and it's sad to hear that a lot of them are starting for their parents, and a lot of them are unhappy because the parents don't talk to them. The parents are not there for them. That's why they go into the online world, and they don't like the real world because the real world is so cold. The real world has no connection at all. That's why they move into the online world, because to feel love. That's why in the beginning I told you that what I felt that is missing is love, compassion, and empathy. So definitely human connection has to be there, but the human connection, it has to be more than just face to face, one to one, or even like sit down and chit chat and all that stuff. It has to be more than that. It has to be two-way traffic. So it's going to be a bit challenging, and that is why hearing from you, definitely the human connection, but how can we embody technology, the internet, like how we are doing what we are how we are doing it now. You're in Philippines, I'm in Singapore. We are connecting using Zoom. We can catch up. I still remember our first Zoom. We chatted quite long. It was a long conversation, and we didn't really want to stop also. So that I felt that the human connection is like that. That's why I believe that this pandemic is here for a reason. That's why we are forced out of our comfort zone, like how you have achieved in the past 1 year, almost coming 1 year, like this whole pandemic. So thanks for sharing, and to let us know what is lacking, and maybe that will be my homework of how can I uh, increase or improve on the human connection, like how Changemaker can do that, because definitely that there will be a way.
Absolutely.
So the next question that let me just see. So the next question will be, what do you think that the women in our Changemaker family can do to be the changemaker of the new economy?
Hmm. I think it's more of a change in mindset. um, Traditionally, women have always been in the house and taking care of the household, etc., the kids, and the man has always been the one that was making the money and the big bucks. So, change in mindset would be a situation wherein you are equal partners, and it really depends on the two of you how you would like to set it up so that you can provide for your family, but you can also make a contribution in the world. And it doesn't have to be so that the woman will sacrifice her career or the future that she has always wanted because now she's married and now she has children. So I believe it's possible. It just depends on how, like I say always, it's dependent on your special style. And also, I think I would like to see a world wherein there's not so much labels in terms of this is what you should do because you're the man, and this is what you should do because you're the female. So yeah, I'd like to see a more inclusive world where women can participate and not necessarily be uh, judged because you're working and the kids are, you're not specifically taking care of the children in the house. There are ways of doing it. So yep, I would like to see that kind of world.
Mhm. I totally agree with you on that, because what you have shared is exactly what I thought of. that there should not be any gender, like you are man or woman, men should do this, women should do that, or like the father should do this, the wife should do that, or the mother should do that. And is I believe that we should not really have that stereotype thinking, like even like gender, be it race, be it skin, be it anything. Because now with today, in today's world, technology basically has cleared all these borders. Like how we are connecting now, I can even connect with someone in US, in Africa, in New Zealand, in Australia, can be anyone, as long as we have a common language, which is English, and we can converse, we can communicate, we can exchange ideas. In the end, it's about the communication and how we are going to build a better future, because the earth is the only place that we can live in. And if we are not careful about it, and we don't come together as what I call earthling or planeteers, if you put it into a fun term, all of us should come as partners. That means men and women should come as partners, rather than you are a man, I'm a woman, men should do this, women should do that. I believe that we should come together as partners to make the world, or our family, or our country, a better world for everyone to stay, to live on, to be happy, to be able to make it enjoyable. So this is what I believe, and totally resonate with you, and what you mentioned, and to have to give women a platform for them to really voice out, for them to really to showcase what they have, what they can do for the world. Then, and that is also the reason why Changemaker Virtual Summit is formed, is founded, because we believe, we aim to raise women up, as I believe, strongly believe, that women are going to be a change maker of the new economy. Because if you look at the whole global scale now, we're having a lot of female leaders stepping up, female leaders like Jacinda Ardern from New Zealand. She has been really elected as a prime minister, and she's doing a fantastic job in the country, especially during this pandemic. I would say that, like you mentioned, she really inspired you a lot, and she's also a lot of other women's idol or role model, and we need a lot of leaders like that. And how can we do that? They need a platform. They need a space, a safe space, a safe haven for them to really share their thoughts, to really build things together. And really thanks for sharing what you believe, what you think that women can be the change maker of the new economy. Thank you, Debbie. So let's see, what is the next question? Okay, so the next question is, what do you think you can do to make the world a better place? Like this question is for you.
Well, I just think that I should use my voice in a more global way so that I could reach more women. But also at the same time, when I say voice, I'm talking about what things that you believe in, your experiences, your knowledge, your thought leadership, etc., and hopefully set a better example for other women. And so if you can do something, obviously they can do it too. I mean, especially assuming that there's nothing, like I wouldn't say that I'm super duper in a genius level or whatever, but if a regular woman can do it, then obviously another woman can also do it. So bottom line, I believe that there are two ways that you can really like share knowledge, and one is research. You research, you interview, you accumulate a lot of information, and through that process you gain a lot of knowledge. Another one is through results, because you demonstrate and the results and the beingness, and because you have the results, then the voice is stronger. So now, if you have the combination of the two, that's an even stronger, more stronger stance. So hopefully, I could use my voice in the coming years and hopefully inspire more women to go into entrepreneurship or explore possibilities in terms of how they can make a difference in the world and mesmerize, monetize, magnetize.
That's good. That's good. And I just come out with an acronym which is like R&R, which is what you mentioned, research and result. So research, I totally agree with you on that. By researching, by interviewing people, and that was the reason why I've grown so much in wisdom over the past 2 to 3 years, because I've been doing my live show, my talk show, which I interview mompreneurs from all around the world. I've done 80 episodes. So I've
Wow.
80 times wiser, because every time every mompreneur share their story, share their entrepreneurship, how they overcome it, it just went go into my brain, my mind, my what do you call it? My system. And that is when I became wiser. I'm able to advise much better with certain strategy, because I learned from them. I pick like Bruce Lee learned all martial art, and he picked all the goodness from each, and he developed his own. So I'm in the midst of developing that. So like you mentioned, like to have a voice for you, fantastic. To keep to have this voice and have this voice being spread all around the world using the power of internet, social media, and all that stuff. I'm really looking forward for you to spread more with your positivity, with your advice, with your mentoring, and all that. And also, you said something that's very close to my heart. It is something that I've learned. It, like this is a big lesson that I've learned in my years of entrepreneurship, which is results. There's too many people that love to learn but do not apply. I guess I think just now when we were doing all the setup, we have a small chat about walk the talk, then talk the talk.
Mm,
So result is the outcome of when you walk the talk. There's too
true.
many people that only talk the talk, like you mentioned, like the gurus, the people who say something. Hey, this sounds familiar, like it's from
I
the
heard
internet.
that before. Or
Yeah.
sometimes, Kenneth, do you sometimes have this situation wherein you have, the thing that you have to be a little bit more careful with the internet is it is possible to really set up a brand that is not authentic.
Yep.
So you can just set it up so that you're going down from a private plane with a limousine waiting for you, but actually you rented the limousine and that's not your private plane. What I'm just saying is when you start, it's really different when you really walk the talk and you demonstrate the results. So the authenticity
Yep.
of the words, it's different. So I think we both
Agree on
feel the
that.
same way.
Yeah, yeah. Good, good, good. Thanks a lot. So now it's time for us to go into the questions. So let's see if all these change makers are here with us. We are going to answer questions from the summit. These are the remaining questions from the summit. And we have questions from April. We have questions from myself. This is a personal question. We have question from Pei Yun. We have question for Evelyn. I do not know whether Evelyn is are you still there? You can say hi to us if you are there. So if Pei Yun is there or Pei Yun is watching the replay, hashtag replay, let us know. And April, if April is watching. So Elsa has a question also. And Hui Shen is also Hui Shen also have a question. So if any of you are watching the replay or you guys are now live with us, comment in the chat. Let us know that you are watching, that you are staying tuned. So I'm going to ask the first question, which is by April. So Delby, how to start over again? So what I believe, if I can recall, what April is asking, because Delby, you have shared that your business because of pandemic and all that. So she's asking you how to start over again. Maybe you can share some practical step by step, or maybe 3 pointers or any 3 tips how someone can start over again.
I'm gonna share 5 tips. Okay. So just for the benefit of those who were not at my specific session, I shared 5 specific tips that I used on myself. So I used myself as the guinea pig to be able to reinvent myself to set up for multiple income streams that helped me survive and thrive during these challenging times. And so I always say it's like share your gifts. So that one, if there's something that you're going to be taking away from me, it's that share your gifts. So when you say G, you go within, you start asking yourself, what specific skill set do I have? What knowledge, what experience, what's my background? There's such a thing as transferable skills. It doesn't matter what industry you come from. My background is I'm from the fashion industry. I'm a fashion designer. And so usually when you say that, these people have a lot of very strong creative skills. Creativity and innovation is strong there. So I use that, and when I transferred, I pivoted towards the learning, development, and coaching space. So when I did that, I found out that there was more of an opportunity for me using things that I already had from a previous industry. Also, aside from what do you have really that you can market, it's what do you want. It's possible that you have, example, you have fabulous graphic design skills, but you don't want to be a graphic designer, so it's not going to work. You have to have the passion. So passion is very important. And of course, the last one is you have to make sure that that's something that people are willing to pay for. Because even though you want to do something, if nobody's willing to pay you for that, then it's also not going to work. So it's first is go within. The second one is into the future. So I say into the future. You think about where you want to be, and you have to chart a clear path for you. If I decided to go into the online learning phase, putting up a new website made from scratch during this pandemic, and setting up for there to be online courses and the possibility of coaching bundles, all of something that I didn't have before, then that it says that I'm looking at that as a direction of where I want to go. So hopefully this is going to set up an ecosystem of knowledge products that's going to work. Like when you say 1 + 1 is equal to 3, so there's a synergistic effect, and that's what I believe. I believe that one of the ways that you can reinvent yourself, regardless of whether you have a career right now, you weren't laid off or something, this is the way to earn either a secondary income stream or another main income stream, and jump off from your 9 to 5. So whatever which way, I believe that the way to go is knowledge products. Because again, that's part of my greater vision of share your gifts. So you go into the future, you set it up. It might take a lot of effort right now, but it'll pay off later on. Then you have F, you formulate a strategy. You can't just keep on, hello, this is what I want, this is my wish. But if there's no plan, then nothing's gonna happen to you. It's like you're wishing and wishing with nothing to back you up. There's gotta be a clear strategy of how am I gonna get from here to there. And so that's F. T is similar to what Kenneth was talking about earlier. T is for take action. So you gotta move, girl. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move. Because sometimes I notice there are a lot of women, like, I'm taking this course now, and then I'm doing this, and then I'm studying this, I'm doing this book, and then I'll do that on the next. What is the action? What execute? And then S is, of course, it's share your brand, because that's that's the platform you're gonna use to jump off. Because I believe without a strong personal brand, it's very difficult to differentiate yourself, to make sure that you cut across the clutter and the noise in the online world or in the in-person world. So gifts, share your gifts. That's my advice.
Wow, wow, that is like a really like a recap from the summit, and thanks Delby for sharing. And I hope that April have your question answered. Basically, it's possible to start all over again
It is.
with what the 5 steps that Delby have shared. Thanks a lot, Delby. So the next question is from me. My question is, Delby, how did you overcome the fear of pivoting and doing something new, especially the loss of income because of the pandemic? Do you need
Okay.
me to repeat again?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the first part is, how did you overcome the fear of pivoting and doing something new, especially with the loss of income due to the pandemic?
Okay, so honestly, I was scared. I was super scared. But honestly, I was also excited.
Hmm.
I was excited because I could see I could see the potential. So you know, there's this thing they used to talk about, the hero's journey. Have you heard of that? The
I,
hero's journey talks about when somebody wants to do something, you can see clearly the next step, but in that journey, it's wrought with winding roads and up and down, and it's scary sometimes. In mythology, in mythology, there are dragons and all of the monsters there, but you cannot go back. You cannot go back where you came from. I cannot go back because
hmm.
there is nothing to go back
Yep.
to. And even though we try to make it look as glamorous as possible, that the fashion world is gonna resurrect, it's not gonna resurrect in a few months, or like, I don't think it's gonna resurrect in a year. And despite the fact that me, to keep my team going, it's like we've been doing PPEs, protective, suits and donations to hospitals, face masks, etc. That's not going to be able to drive my business, honestly.
Yep.
So I can't go back. And moving forward, I was petrified. However, again, the hero's journey, you gotta persevere. You gotta persevere. So it's like having the boldness to move forward
Hmm.
and have faith in yourself, and faith in the universe that things will be okay.
Wow. Because for me, why did I ask that question is because for you, you have reached a certain status level and you have been in the fashion industry for many, many years, right? So for you to be able to manage that fall, I would see that it's like a like really a great fall. Like if you were on a pedestal and suddenly boom, you are like, oh, where am I now? it, I do not know whether was it like rock bottom for you, or is it like really scary for you at a certain period of time?
Honestly, Kenneth, no, it
Mm,
wasn't scary for me to that extent that I was gonna have mental health issues. No, I I was planning to go to New York for Style Fashion Week in September,
mm,
and then this thing happened. And you know, I felt, honestly, I was gonna use this opportunity to do all of the things that I wanted to do that I couldn't do. I mean, my God, I wanted so much to start online courses, but I was so busy. I was so
mm,
busy. So now I said I'm gonna take advantage of this, and that was exactly what I
mm.
did. So it was, honestly, it's a matter of mindset.
Yep.
It's a matter of mindset. I know this is easier said than done, but everything starts up here with the
Yep.
mind.
Yep.
So very important, my friends, because there are so many ways, as they say, talking about the glass, in this case, the cup. I mean, some would say it's half full, some would say it's half empty, but I would rather say that, there's, I'm going to take advantage of this.
So in a way, correct me if I'm wrong, that you were already planning, you already has this branding, this online course in mind, just that because you're so caught up with your day-to-day activities, your business and all that stuff, this pandemic gave you a chance because your main source is now maybe practically zero or non-existent. That's why
Zero.
you have this backup plan which you had in mind. So it seems that you did not fall because you had always have a backup plan, like a contingency, something that you wanted to work on, and something that you foresee that is needed, or is like a, what do you call that, another route for you that you can develop.
Okay, let me say it this way. I did not fall because, number one, I always believed in multiple sources of income. And
Mm-mm.
if there's one thing I learned from this pandemic, it's that it's always wise to have multiple sources of income. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. And look what happened to a lot of people. They lost their jobs.
Yeah.
So, and so that's number one. I always believe that. Number two, I always believed in the power of branding.
Mm.
So from before, I was doing baby steps towards there. So even though I was busy, I would allocate like maybe a couple of hours, or when I was writing the book again. If you remember, I set up an ecosystem that I
Mm.
showed in my slide deck,
Yep.
and I'm talking about um, speak, write, and teach, or speak, write, and guide.
Yep.
That one is an ecosystem already by itself. Not very easy to set up, but once you set up and it's going, that one will future proof your career or your business.
Mm.
So because I also believed in branding, there was already brand equity.
Yep.
So when I said I was gonna do this, there was a client at once. So
Mm-mm.
okay, there was a client, and the client was from Europe. So okay, fine. So how did you find me? Oh, your name popped up. Dot dot dot. So I was searching. But if you don't do anything and you don't start your personal branding journey, there's nothing that prospective patrons or
The client.
buyers or
Yep.
clients will find, because you didn't do anything.
Correct. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because for you, I guess you have that you mentioned the brand equity. That's why it carries from your fashion brand, which is brand under your own name, right? So that's why the personal branding unknowingly, uh, it became your brand equity, which a lot of people do not see that. And that also bring me to one of the question. I think I will jump to that since we are talking about that, which is from Elsa. Elsa asked Delby, when we run a service business, which one comes first, personal branding or company branding? So I guess it's the right time for us to bring this question up since we are on that topic.
I would love to say that ideally it's both. I mean, ideally it's both. However, if you have to choose one, then you have to go with the personal branding,
Hmm.
because that one sets the direction for where you want to go professionally, or where you want to go in terms of business. So this is funny because right now I have a client to be.
Hmm.
Client to be. We're going to ink the contract. But what I'm saying is, he was asking me, so Delby, you mean to tell me we work on my personal brand first before we start working on my 5 companies? I said, oh, definitely we work on you first, your personal brand. We're not even going to start with any of your 5 companies first.
Hmm.
So that at least the clear path forward, and the overarching qualities, the stories, the feelings, the points of differentiation is there.
Yep.
So I guess I'll give you another example. So I was in fashion, and then then now I do have I do have this online courses and coaching, stuff. But if, let's say, I decide that I was gonna do something else, it, believe me, there has to be something a little bit harmonious. Virgin, Richard Branson,
Yep.
there's an overarching feeling
Yep.
or brand that goes through all of the companies, regardless of whether it's
The
Virgin
values.
Atlantic
Yeah.
or the music business or whatever. So yes, the answer is you start with personal branding.
Yeah. So for me, just now we did discuss on that, and for me it's also, for me it's definitely personal branding. If not for personal branding, I won't be doing what I'm doing now.
Oh,
Yeah,
same,
because
same.
yeah, and this is something that I always share with a lot of clients. Why do I say that? It's because, like, for example, for your example, like you have a fashion brand, it's under your own name, and people recognize you. You are the fashion designer. You are the creator of your fashion labels. Then now you are a creator of your own online courses, your own branding consultation, and you can always branch out from there because it's all related.
True,
And being an entrepreneur, you are a creator yourself. You create
true.
and you help to solve problems. Like for you with your personal branding, because you have established a entity of creating a brand, be it a fashion brand, be it a personal brand, be it anything. So that's
True.
why is the skill set is pretty much the same. Like you mentioned, how
Actually,
do you differentiate yourself from other people? So this is where branding comes from.
true.
And if you were to do a company brand, is frankly speaking, it's even harder because it all starts from who? The founder. Why is this company started? So why not start from you first and start from your own personal branding? Because the work to get all this thing down, right, it's not easy. Like for me, to find my direction is always like to build this personal brand. Like initially, why would a man write a book about mothers? Like for me, it's like, okay, my publisher tell me that, okay, Kenneth, you have all these stories, you're connected with all these mompreneurs, interview them, write the story, write the book. That's all. So I was like, okay, so he said that I will just do that. I never really think deeply on how to do it. But as I move along, as I start to share my vision, and the vision was like that. The vision was like so tiny. It was like, okay, I just want to help the mothers to know about the goodness of mompreneurship. That's all. Because I was connected with the mompreneurs on one end, I was connected with all majority of the working moms, like my wife, she's a working mom. So I see the both side of the world, and that's it. I didn't even see that this thing can be so huge that now I even say that women are going to be a change maker of the new economy. Before that was, I believe mothers are going to be a change maker of the new economy. Why? Because they have the love, empathy, and compassion that can change the world. And this is what we need now. Like if you look at Jacinta Ardern, she's a mom now. And that's why she has so much compassion, so much love and empathy for her people. Because it's not just only for her, for her people, it's also for her children's children. So if you can see that, I didn't see that in the beginning. But as I move on, as I develop my own personal branding, as I start to interview more people to showcase my personal branding, my 80 episode, people start to know me. And when people start to know me, they're interested in me, they will ask, Kenneth, what do you do other than being an author, being a speaker? And that's where my company comes. So for me, like I totally agree with you on how to differentiate yourself, because if you focus on your personal branding, you are already different, because every human being are built differently. Like my eyes, my nose, and my mouth is very different from Delby. I believe that compared to other people. You look different. So personal branding, there's a uniqueness. The differences make us unique. So this is what I think recently I've shared in one of my posts. So for me, it's definitely personal branding. If you look in today's social media world, internet world, Delby, you just also mentioned something about what do you call that? Social media and being authentic on social media. Now people can smell whether are you real or not, whether this car, this Lambo, this supercar, or even this condo that you're staying, is it yours or is it rented? So that's why if you look at the whole social media trending, Facebook, Instagram is no longer the hip thing. Now it's video, short videos. Because video, you can't lie much also, and it's consistent. That's why people like TikTok, because if you can dance, it means you can dance. If you can't dance, you still can be better over a lot of tries. So even for LinkedIn is no longer just a resume place. It became a social media, became like what Facebook was. People are being authentic. There's even stories. That's why you see across all the social media, even for YouTube, they have YouTube stories, the short 15 seconds, or even now with 60 seconds. So why are short videos in need now? Because people want to see the behind the scene. People want to see the real self, and no longer Instagrammer are as hot as before, because it's all fake. Most of them are all fake. It's not a lifestyle that most people can sustain. So definitely personal branding, being authentic, being real. Just something to share. I had a friend who started a baby essential business. Initially, he's just selling wipes, and now they are known as after 2 years, they are known as the sleeper bosses, because they are always in their pink t-shirt and their shorts and slippers, because they work in the warehouse. And every video they do, they are always in that uniform. So it's like the Steve Jobs, but they are more of the local, very down to earth, with t-shirt and shorts and slippers. They call themselves sleeper bosses, and they recently have been interviewed. So they have created their own branding. They are working hard in the warehouse. They do a lot of time lapse of them packing all the stocks and stuff, and they connect. And recently they do a lot of those magic trick, like there's like even like camel tricks and all that stuff. So they entertain their customers, being authentic. They even do a Facebook live going around the island to give prizes.
Did you see the short video of these two senior citizens in the laundry shop?
No,
They had a lot of, like, sometimes some people don't pick up the laundry. They have it cleaned, etc. They don't pick up the dry cleaning for whatever reason, whether they transferred countries or whatever. So they don't like the clothes anymore. So what happened was the daughter or the son decided to say, why don't you wear this, and let's take photos of you. And then they started posing for these two senior citizens started posing for the camera in the laundry shop. And guess what? That laundry shop became famous. And then they were doing all sorts of entertaining. So sometimes people, no, not sometimes, now people want to be entertained. So when you see TikTok videos, that's very short, 15 to 60 seconds, and it's like it's addicting. And the next one keeps on popping up. It just keeps on popping up, so you don't know you've been 4 hours already in the TikTok thing.
Right.
So it's hot right now. Very great organic growth, etc.
Correct. And that also brings us to the next question by Pei Yun. Pei Yun asks, Delby, between LinkedIn and TikTok, what are the factors that have led you to choose LinkedIn and TikTok for your personal brand and business?
Okay, so bottom line was I chose LinkedIn. But that's not to say that I am not going to try TikTok. So the bottom line for me is my bandwidth. What I'm saying is I honestly can focus and give a lot of engagement and my time and uh, uh,
Effort.
effort on one. Of
Yep.
course, there are certain push button technology or apps, etc., that can help you become omnipresent.
Yep.
Certain tech that you can apply so that you're out here, then you're out in YouTube, you're also out in Instagram. Then when you press this, it also goes out on Facebook, etc. But barring that, what I'm saying is to really engage and build an audience and a following. And of course, I'm so happy that I just got chosen as one of the top 100 Filipinos to watch on LinkedIn
Wow. Congrats.
for thank you for inspiration and learning, and that one has been very instrumental also for me in terms of having a community of like-minded people, even though um, I do have people from and clients who are not from my country.
Mm.
They're from out there, or even
Yep.
fellow image consultants, etc., from your country, from all over Asia, and that's really instrumental. Number one is the target audience.
Yep.
Target audience in LinkedIn is older in terms of age compared to around like what 12 to 16, 8
Yep.
to 16, so the my target audience is right now, it's not on TikTok, but you see
Mm.
through the years these people
Will
will get
grow. Yep.
older, right? So will their number two, disposable income. The people
Mm.
on the other side, LinkedIn, has higher disposable income compared right now to the people there, because they're not yet earning their own keep.
Yep.
Now, the other thing is the people on the other side are already decision makers.
Mm-mm.
Okay, decision makers, and this one comes from the demographic analysis of the people on LinkedIn. On the other hand, they are not the decision makers. If you want to sell to them, the decision makers or the people with the purse strings are the parents.
Yep.
So that's the other thing. And of course, but the primary consideration for me is really focus. I can
Mm.
focus on just a few. I cannot, like, I don't want to spread right now at a point when there is momentum.
Yep.
There's momentum. So and then I can see the results. When I say I can see the results, this one is a quick story. I was going to be speaking at the Chicago conference,
Mm.
okay? And guess what? Delby was having panic attacks. Charan! So I was having, can I do this? What on earth am I going to share to a global audience? And I'm in Chicago, very far away from my native Philippines. So I walk and do an ocular inspection of the ballroom and the function rooms of this hotel. So right when I was already on the verge of having this imposter syndrome, when I pushed open the door of the function room, there's a lady that smiled at me, and I said, "Are you here for the AICI conference?" And she goes, "Yes. Hi, I know you. You do? Yes, I follow you on LinkedIn. You do? Really?" So it was like, okay, my confidence is all back up again and I'm good to go. And, as a result of that, honestly, I had a standing ovation from a global audience. But the source of that is, again, that platform, LinkedIn. So it has worked for me, and it continues to work for me. A lot of you contacted me when I talked about inviting you, etc., etc. Right within a few hours, there were a number of people who connected with me from our audience, Kenneth, on LinkedIn. So right now, yes, and I'm still checking my dance moves right now. So who knows? I might be able to see you there, Kenneth, shortly.
Wow, that's amazing. And what you mentioned basically that three things or three steps when you choose a platform for you to promote yourself or even to build a personal branding. To answer Pei, I totally agree with you on the factors. One will be the demographic, which is the target audience. You have to know who are your target audience, who are your target customers. Then you can decide on which platform you should be in. Then, and the other one will be the income, the disposable income, which is so true. You have, if you are looking for customers, you need to find quality customers, or you need to find customer that can pay you, not customers or clients that have a tight budget, they couldn't. And this is what I learned over the years in my past 5 years of running my own marketing agency, is to really find clients that can pay you and they don't have to worry. Because like I guess for all entrepreneurs, when you first started, you will find anybody that you can that you can find to be your customers, and sometimes you make concession, you give discount, and you should know there'll be a lot of things comes after that. You have picky customers, the customers keep nagging at you, keep requesting a lot of stuff that is beyond the contract or beyond. Yeah.
I
So
remember.
you're saying?
Yeah. No. Go, continue,
Yeah.
continue.
So as you as over the years, I realized that there's one powerful thing in business, which is you have to learn to say no. This is very important. You just have to say no, because it's through experience. It's through a lot of uh, bad example, bad experience. When you start to discount, you don't feel good. You feel that you're sacrificed. Then you feel frustrated. Then definitely the relationship is being burned, and
True.
it turns sour. So it's not really good with a good ending. So what I've
True.
learned over the years, especially in the past 2 years, is really to learn to say no. If I feel that I'm being undercut, I feel that I'm not valuing myself that much, then I will say no. I say you can look for some other people. And when I
Perfect.
say that more often, I get better quality customers that
Great.
totally give me the 100% trust for me to market for them, to even brand themselves and all that stuff. It's so
True.
much easier when you have clients that um, that totally trust you and trust your ability, because that is the reason why they engage you, because they trust you. But you sometimes you will have clients coming to you saying that, oh Kenneth, I pay you that much, then I need to be in the business, I need to know more of this, all this. And this is, I believe it's also the confidence. When you're being paid that much, you have to do a better job.
True.
And now I'm being, how should I put it, not being rude to my client. I will tell them that if you hire me, if you engage me, means that you trust me, right? So whatever I do for your brand, whatever I do for your business, is at the best interest for your business, right? So although you may disagree, then you have to agree. Why? Because if you disagree with me, you are also disagreeing with yourself, with your judgment, with your decision. So it's like, some of them was like, okay, quite true. It's true. Because if you don't trust yourself, you don't trust me means you don't trust yourself, because you engage me. You paid me this sum to do things for you, to make a change in your business. If your business have been like that for past 10 over years, and you still do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result,
Mm.
it's not quite possible. And that's what Albert Einstein always say. It's
Yes.
insanity.
Yeah.
So for me, my job, that was where my confidence came out. Because understanding this, back then I was thinking, oh, okay, I owe the client, I need to do this, the client very hard to get. That, but I was all wrong until I
True.
learned to say no. And you know the best thing, where did I learn this from? From one of the mompreneurs.
Wow. How
Yeah.
nice. But
So
y- y- also with that, Kenneth, I think it's really easier to, if you really think about it, to get high value clients. The effort is well,
Interesting.
then you get low value clients. Then you'd rather do the high value clients. It makes you feel you know it's worth your time. But
Yep.
what I do is I do tiered pricing.
Yep.
So I mean, you have a book, I have a book.
Yep.
So what I do is, if you would want to learn from me but you are not willing to pay,
Yep.
then perhaps you can check out the book
The
on
book, yeah.
Amazon. You know, The Purple Pig Wears Red Lipstick. It's easy to remember. Go to Amazon and pick it up. Because how much is it? It's so reasonable. Now, other than that, then we go to the next tier. Then let's do the webinars and
Yeah.
all of the ones. But if we're talking about the one-on-one coaching sessions, those are my premium products. And if it's me that's really facing you, giving you my time, attention,
Yep.
effort, and everything in my brain, the
Customized, personalized.
strategy, customized, that one is going to cost. And you're not paying me for 1 hour of my time. How about all the years that I was learning to give you this 1 hour of advice? You know what I'm saying? It's just like
Yep.
for speaking, Kenneth. Before, oh wow, I was like the accidental speaker. I stumbled into this because
Yeah.
I was the substitute speaker. The real speaker, my friend calls me up, Delby, you have to help me. I go, what happened? This person has suddenly to go abroad, etc., etc. So okay, and then guess what? When I was the one to save my friend, I wasn't paid. But that guy was going to be paid. So I said, wait a minute. So, okay, I learned my lesson, but in the beginning, you cannot start charging really, really high prices.
Yep.
And that is the reality.
Yep.
So you have to pay your dues. But after you've paid your dues, this is my price, take it or leave it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you mentioned that we always start from somewhere, and definitely there's two ways to do about it. It's either you want to build up your portfolio, you want to build up your name, you want to build results, and that's where you collect. Like recently, I chat with a friend. She's a financial advisor, and at the same time, she's very good with all the Chinese metaphysics, like 八字, like astrology, like feng shui, a lot of all this Chinese metaphysics, and she helped a lot of people in that. And she says that she do charge, but most of the time she didn't charge, and that is why she always felt bad, always felt what do you call that, sacrifice,
You feel
being used.
used. You
Yeah.
feel used.
So this is
You
something
feel
I learned
used.
from my partner, which is Jack. He shared with us about this honorable exchange. A lot of times we sacrifice and we don't want something back. We are in a sacrifice. So the honorable exchange can be just $1, as long as there's some value in return. If not, ask for a testimonials.
True.
If you are collecting testimonials, like even before the deal is done, you have to let the person know that you do charge. This is your consultation price, 3,000 per hour or 300 per hour, be it. You have to let them know. But if this person is your personal friend and really in need, you can say that, okay, you can just give me a token of appreciation, or you can ask for a testimonial, written testimonial at the end of it, even before anything starts. A lot of people just jump into it, just give the service or even the consultation, and it's hard for you to ask. So this is something I learned, and it's very helpful for me, very useful, because it helped me to indirectly shun away from people who just want free service and don't act on it. Because for us as giver, although we don't ask anything for return, but if you come to me first one time, I share with you the advice, you never act on it, you come back again and you ask again, normally it's hard for us to reject. But when I start to say, even to give me a token of appreciation, a lot of them don't even come back. And that reserve a lot of my energy so that I can put on other people. So I do not know how do Delby, how do you deal with people, especially you love to give. How do you deal with people that always come to you for help and all
You
that?
know, when I was starting, Kenneth, I did a number of free talks when I was starting. And afterwards, there's value because you're practicing. So I was
Yep.
getting something out of this.
Yep.
However, if it's a corporation, no, I am not going to be giving a free talk. I mean, so I remember the true story. True story. The phone rings. Delbs, don't you do these things, etc., etc. We have a situation now where we have corporate uniforms and we need a professional who's going to be designing the corporate uniforms and helping us with our branding. Are you going to charge us? That was a bank. And I go, absolutely. Then I heard her cover the... She's gonna charge us. What are we going to do? I go, hello, my dear friend, you realign your budget, okay? Because if you want the professional to come in, yes. Hello. She goes, okay, fine. And true enough, they did pay.
Yeah. So sometimes it's
So
like what you mentioned, you have to depending on who. Yeah. So especially for corporate.
But if it's corporate, but then again, I've been very blessed because in this country, I've had no problems with corporate clients. They do pay that certain level. We're not talking about the one
because
near the floor.
See the value. They see the value in that. But a lot of times, other entrepreneurs, other small businesses, they don't see it because. But that is being at that level. But there's always a way to get around it. Yeah. For me, I also started giving free talks and all that stuff. Like you mentioned, we are honing our skills. We are getting better and better. And sometimes it's also it's an opportunity for us to brand ourselves, for us to use this to repurpose, to brand ourselves, to market ourselves. At the same time, also to position ourselves. Like, where are we? Until a point of time that I felt that, okay, it's enough for my free talk. Then what is next?
True.
That's why
And that's so true, Kenneth. And what I was talking about, see the end in mind, and I've always wanted to be speaking in foreign countries. And I've had paid speaking engagements in foreign countries, but to be able to do that, I needed I needed to be able to experience the learning. So when there's an invitation, of course that comes with the plane ticket, the great nice hotel, all the yummy food, and and speaking and paid speaking engagements. But so I guess what we are saying is, in the beginning, you have to do the work first.
Yeah, you have to do the work, and you have to build the leverage.
Correct.
To a level that the thing will just come.
Correct. It is going to come. Because you will attract it. You will attract it, right, Kenneth?
Correct.
That's energy. And true story, I used to think before that this was from Canada. The last information that exchanged between me and a potential client, I thought that they were going to be asking me about the credentials, but no, that wasn't the discussion. They were asking me about, can I send a proposal already? So, okay. So what I'm saying is, yes, I believe, Kenneth, it is going to come, but you need to start
put
somewhere.
In the work. Yeah, you need to put in the work. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Because for me is only after I've done 40 episodes of my talk show, and then I start to get people recognizing me outside, like say, yeah, I saw you somewhere. Or say Facebook, right? Yeah, you're interviewing this lady, this mompreneur. Yeah, so that was when, like, 40 episodes basically is about a year plus, because I do it every week. So in 1 year, that's like 57 weeks. Yeah, so basically 40 weeks is almost a year. Yeah, but it's consistently doing it every week. So so let me just go to the next question, because we have passed a bit of time. So the next question will be by Evelyn Chow, which is, Delby, what is that one advice that you will give for young female entrepreneur who fear to face the outside judgment?
You know what? I know exactly how you feel, because it's kind of scary to put yourself out there. I mean, you're gonna think, what if I say something stupid? What if I say something wrong? What are my friends gonna say, etc. But at the end of the day, if you keep on thinking about what others might say about you, I'm using the word might because you are not yet sure, then you will never start anything. You will always keep yourself small. You will never, never blossom into your true potential. Number two is, do not compare yourself with other people. I distinctly remember
Delby, are you there? Are you still there? I think the thing got hang. Okay, let me just, maybe Delby need to reconnect again. So guys, while waiting for Delby to come in, I see that some of you are still online. Hi, let us know who are you and where are you tuning from while we wait for Delby to come back. All right. So I'm seeing Jem. Is Jem still there? Is Stephanie still there? And Evelyn. Okay. So while waiting for Delby, for me, what will be my answer to that one advice that I can give for young female entrepreneurs who fear to face the outside judgment? For me, is in the first place, you have to ask yourself, why are you so mindful about other people's judgment? So that is my question back to you. Rather than answering you, I will ask you back that question. Why are you mindful of other people's judgment? Is it because that you fear that you would fail, or you fear that you might say the wrong things, or you fear that whatever that could happen would happen? Yeah. So this is my question back to you. Uh, and not really answering you is to let you think about this question. Why are you so mindful about people's judgment? Okay, so have this question, sink it, digest it, think about it, because for me it also happens the same way. Because when I first started writing my book, Mother Industrialist, a man writing a book about mothers, a man writing about um, empowering women, empowering mothers to be entrepreneurs, I do have a lot of people's judgment. I do have people coming to me and ask me, Kenneth, what is your agenda behind this? So for me, all I can say that I do not care about their judgment because they do not know me. And that is when I focus on those people that are supporting me than those that are questioning me or those that are not supporting me. For example, when I um, first started on my book, I wanted to write about my book. I need to interview mompreneurs. I do go out to a lot of mompreneurs and ask them. And I'm blessed that when I asked them for interview to be able to feature them, they agreed. And now a lot of them are still my very, very good friend. But there are also mompreneurs that do not believe in what I have to share, why I want to write this book. So there's no right or wrong because it's based on their judgment. If they don't feel that it's in sync, they don't feel that they can resonate with me, they don't feel that this is something they want to get involved, and that is their own problem. That is their own thing. It's none of mine. So what I want to share with all of you is whatever other people's judgment is their judgment, is their problem, is their thing. It has nothing to do with you. It has really nothing to do with you. So just remember that, believe in yourself, focus on those that are supporting you, focus on those that are there for you, and focus on those people that you want to help. a lot of times, a lot of speakers, even entrepreneurs, they focus on other people who are not their customers, who are not their members, who are not in their tribe. So in order to not care about other people's judgment, first is to know what you really want to do. When you know where you want to go and what you want to do, you basically can do that. Okay, so let's welcome back Delby. Hi Delby, welcome back. Is it low battery? Okay, it's connecting the audio. Hi, I see people coming in. Do let us know where you're tuning from if you can hear us. Hi Delby, welcome back. You can unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself, Delby.
Can you
Okay.
hear me, Kenneth?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm now using my mobile phone.
Yes, I can see that. Yeah. So welcome back. I guess it's also the battery. Is it battery from the laptop?
No, I don't know. It must have been a tech issue because, well, but thank you. We were able to resolve it.
No problem. Yeah. So what you can do? Can you turn your phone the other way, landscape?
Okay.
Yeah. So that okay, good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that the audience can see you. Okay.
Okay.
So while you are connecting back, I've also shared my take on that question, which is the advice for them about the judgment. So just to let you know what I've shared is that instead of answering that question, I ask them back a question. It's like, why are you so mindful about other people's judgment? Yeah, so that is my question back to them, and I was telling them that sink it in, digest it, think about it. Yeah, why are you so mindful about that? And I shared. There's another.
Yeah, that's my laptop.
Okay,
I
so
have two. I have a backup phone and the laptop.
okay, so should I use the laptop?
Yep.
Then you can off this. Okay.
Yes, I will.
Okay, wait. Let me just. Okay, so we are getting the laptop in. Okay, let me see. I don't see the laptop. Okay, it's joining. It's taking a bit of time. Yep. So while waiting for that to connect, so yeah, so that was what I asked. So okay, I see Jasmine coming in. Hi, Jasmine. Okay, you got locked off again. The laptop.
Oh, the laptop is locked out again.
Yeah. So anyway, if your phone is okay, maybe we can do with the phone
let's
first.
do the phone.
Yeah, because we're going to wrap up pretty soon. So I'm seeing Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. Thanks for coming in at this point of time. So just now the question was by Evelyn, which is what is the one advice that you would give for young female entrepreneurs who fear to face the outside judgment? So now we are going to the last question by Hui Xin. Okay, so Delby, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay. So I remember I was telling a story before I got interrupted by the technical issue. So I was supposed to be speaking in Mexico City.
Yeah.
Okay. But what happened was before my talk, the day before, I attended the session of a fantastic speaker. She had great command of the room, very knowledgeable, fabulous. Guess what happened to me after? Yikes. So here comes Delby. Oh no, can I do this? Because I started having pangs of of no confidence at all. And I was thinking, can I do this? How can I top her? How can I top this fabulous speaker? But that was not the right question. The right question was, how could I top me? And how could I be me more? So, you know what? I was blessed. I was able to make that mindset shift. Because if not, I will forever be in the shadows of another person because I was comparing myself to somebody that I can never be. But when I decided to be myself, I felt a lot better. I felt a lot lighter. And guess what? I got another standing ovation. So what I'm saying is, to all of us, let us not compare ourselves to other people. The more we celebrate our individuality, the more powerful we become.
Wow. Thanks for sharing your story, and it's very powerful. So we coming back to the live stream. I'm seeing there are a few of you coming on. Let us know. Type in the chat, say hi. Let us know, and also Delby can also do a shout out to you, welcome you in. We're almost coming to the end. There's one more last question. So if you guys have any question for those who are watching live, you can post them in the chat and let us know. At the end of my last question, I will be able to bring them in. Okay. So Delby, I'm seeing your laptop coming in.
I'm still trying.
Okay. Do you still want
I'm
to?
tenacious.
Okay, let me just try to bring it in. If not, I guess that
Okay,
your.
sure.
Okay, let's see.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm in.
okay. Okay. It's still connecting. Delby, I need you to turn on the camera for your laptop.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think so. I think you're back. Okay, then at the same time you can turn off your.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Can you turn this off, please?
Can?
Yeah. Let me turn this on.
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, we are back. So, well, okay. So the last question, for those who are tuning in live, let us know. Say hi, type in the chat. If you have any question, or just say hi so that we know that you guys are watching. Don't feel shy. We are here to say hello to you. Okay. So the last question from Hui Shen is, Delby, do you think positive environment is important? If yes, how do you immerse yourself in that environment, especially during this period of time where many of us are still in lockdown and working from home?
Okay, there are two aspects for that. There's the external and then there's the internal. If you feel demotivated or some negative energy because of the physical environment you find yourself in, then you have to extricate yourself from that environment. I'll give you an example. There was a study conducted in my country, the Philippines, and it turns out that the reason why work from home might not be working for some females is because the environment is not conducive, or they are having domestic violence issues, or perhaps the children, they cannot control their kids or whatever, but it's not working. So then you extricate yourself from that situation. Now the internal one is more of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it won't matter. So it's really digging deep within you to look for the resources and the help you need if you have challenges internally. And of course, surrounding yourself with people who will always be there to support you, like this community. This is a positive community. Perhaps mentors or people you meet in your environment that will be uplifting for your mind, body, and spirit. So internal and external, work on it.
Wow, that is so neat. Like having that internal and external, on how they can work on it. So I hope that Hui Shen will be able to learn something from that and know how to be able to immerse yourself in the environment. Basically, is to extricate yourself from it, to get yourself out from it. If not, then change your friends, change your environment. Yeah, so this is what I would share. I would advise is to really change your friends, or change the 5% around you. Maybe your spouse you can't really change, but just
Really?
communicate less with them. you there's a choice, definitely you can, but most people will not want to. And for me, I'm good with it. Okay, so last but not least, time really flies, and we really have a lot of things, from a lot of golden nuggets that Delby have shared, a lot of her fantastic answers. I hope that for those who are watching live, you have benefited a lot. And for those who are watching replay, do hashtag replay and let us know, so that we will be able to say hi to you and really appreciate you for watching the replay. I know that maybe the timing, some of you might not be able to make it. That's why it's in the Facebook group, so that it will be a replayed video. So for those who are watching replay, do hashtag replay so that we know about that and we will acknowledge that. And for those who are watching live, and thanks for those who are still watching live. So this is my last question to Delby, and this question, I believe that it will help all of you. So Delby, what is the one thing that you want our Changemaker family to remember from our conversation today? So yeah, share with us.
Life is short, just do it. That's it.
Wow.
Life is short, just do it.
Wow, another short and sweet. I this in fact when I do my talk show, when I interview, when I always ask the mompreneurs or the women entrepreneur, what is their one last advice? Most of them say what you say. Just do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what? The problem I think with a lot of people, not only women, is in the execution. You can, you can visualize all you want, you can strategize all you want, you can study all of the courses there are and look for the best mentors. But if you will not execute, there will be no change wherever you're at. You will
Yep.
never reach the next level. You will never be able to reinvent. You will never be able to have multiple income streams and reach your full potential. So life is short, just do it.
Yes, yes. Thanks a lot. And it's really just do it. It's not just a quote from Nike or what. It's really just do it. And this is coming from practitioner. And I like the part when Delby was saying that if you never take action, there will not be a change. Something along that line. So that is also the reason why in Changemaker Virtual Summit we have practitioner to share with you strategy, because we want you to take action. If whatever they share with you that's so practical that you never take action, then you will not be a change maker. So that's why we wanted the speakers to be really practitioner, so that for me, I'm the one making sure that they're practitioner, that they are doing their thing, they're impacting people, they're constantly moving and changing, improving. That's why they are the speakers that I've invited, that I feel that, hey, they are walking the talk, because they are speakers who talk the talk, that when I observe, when I start looking through their feeds and all that, I realize that they are just all talk, and most of them are curated. It's not from themselves. It could be for the team, and no offense. It's okay that you can engage your team, but if your team can't duplicate you, then
Absolutely.
it's hard.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Agree.
you really need a very good team to really duplicate, or even to model, or even create things originally from you. So really thankful for Delby for making the time, and really for what you have shared. I really enjoyed this conversation, and really hope that I can invite you back again for my upcoming event. And for those who are tuning in, I just want to let all of you know that upcoming in 2021, from January onwards, I will be inviting a few speakers to touch on different topics, to teach you different things. I would call it like a master class for those that in the group, to give you some that you can learn from it. And upcoming next week onwards, I will be doing the bonus masterclass that I promised for those that paid for the virtual summit or Changemaker Virtual Summit. Yeah. So W is saying that, yeah, definitely you can invite them to your website.
Yay.
Yeah. So
Yay.
for those we want to invite all of you. So what I can do is maybe get the website up onto this Facebook Live in the group chat, so you guys can visit her website. And at the same time, oh yeah, so talking about the bonuses there, so there will be 2 masterclass that will be I will be conducting, and I will be conducting it live, and I will be streaming it onto Facebook group. But this time around special, it will be a special arrangement that you guys can attend the Zoom, and you will be in the recording in the bonus masterclass with me, because all these are really masterclass that I need people to attend to really communicate and teach at the same time, and you can ask questions. But for those who couldn't, you will be able to watch the replay, and that will be stored in the Facebook group. So that's all that I want to share with all of you. And upcoming in March, I'm having something is basically for the mothers, for mothers who want to step into entrepreneurship. I have something for you guys. And at the same time, also preparing some classes along the way. Maybe Delby will want to do one. Maybe you can take it offline. So that's all for today. And thanks a lot, everyone, for watching. Thanks a lot. Delby, any last word for them? Anything you can say bye to them
Sounds
and
good.
stuff?
Yes. Yeah, just in case, because Kenneth and I talked about branding a while ago. So as you know, that's one of my areas of passion and interest. So I'd like to invite all of you to visit www.reinventu, as in letter U.net. I designed an assessment form, a personal assessment form for your personal branding needs. Check it out. It's free. And I will see you on the other side. Thank you, Kenneth.
Thanks a lot, Delby. So thanks everyone for watching, and for those who are tuning on live, and for those that are watching the replay, thank you very much. And yes, thanks a lot, Delby. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. See you.
Bye, everyone.